Edit.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Patreon Hangout number 2 for the month of July. And we're actually really on time, only late by 1 minute because I needed to put toast in my face. It's necessary. But yeah, where are you, Danny? You had your cam on and you were like somewhere on a lake?
Yeah, I'm outside. I decided to go for a walk. So it's not the best weather, but hey.
Beautiful.
It's pretty.
Yeah, it works.
Hell yeah.
I'll switch it off. The data is gonna kill me probably.
I'm so very tempted to try and do the Saints in the Dome today, but I don't think I'm gonna do it. It'd be really nice, but no. It's too much of a pain in the ass. I have to have like multiple screens and set everything up. It takes a ridiculous amount of time. It's fucking dumb.
Yeah, still it looks good.
Yeah, I mean the end result is great. That's why I love doing it so much. But I mean, I specifically have like an extra keyboard, mouse, 2 monitors, and like all my mic stands permanently set up in the garage for where I do it. So I just have to like grab my computer and haul it out there and then just calibrate everything. I don't have to move like my gaming rig or anything. So frustrating. How's everybody doing? How's everybody been? It's been a little bit since we talked.
Peachy Keen.
Peachy Keen. Oh, we have a celebrity, Miss Anita Sarkeesian, is hanging out with us.
I'm freaked out about the Sarkeesian.
That thing is fucking
this garbage human here.
Dead empty eyes. Yeah, but it's got all my signature on the back.
That thing is fucking scary in real life. It really is. It freaked me the hell out.
I bet.
Really look out though, because now she can like copyright the stream or whatever.
Oh, what's up, Beast? Good to see you, man.
Oh shit! I actually got in. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, hello.
What's up?
Yeah, we had a spot.
So
yeah, I didn't know this shit was happening, so I'm in like a fucking parking lot somewhere. Yeah.
Looks like I'm the only one mobile now.
Somebody told me I'm pretty. Please.
Yeah. You are pretty.
You got those shoulders, right?
You're very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. All right, what's everybody up to? Is there an echo? Let me know if there's an echo or anything.
You're fine.
You're
Nope.
So, Palabeard and Red, you guys went to the Shitlord meetup in the UK. How was that?
It was actually really good. Sargon was 5 hours late.
Of course it was.
It doesn't really surprise me at all.
naturally.
And Kraut canceled
wolves
like practically
wolves.
last minute, right?
Yeah, apparently he had some like personal stuff and that going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
V
Yeah,
turned up.
Dixon Uranus is kind of personal.
Yeah. Yeah, it was wild though. I mean, I guess I think it's amusing because after VidCon, there's a lot of people who were throwing shade at like me and people who went to VidCon, and after the Shitlord meetup, suddenly like there's this huge controversy about a playground. Like, what is that supposed to be?
What it was, there was a small children's playground next to the park where everybody was, and someone had a little bit too much to drink, so he decided he was going to climb the climbing frame or jungle gym and wave the flag, and that's what they're basically being shitty about.
V
Someone
and his
decided-
buddies harassed
Wait, that's
parents
it?
and children at school
yeah,
playground.
and apparently that's they're harassing parents and children in a playground. It's like
By waving a flag.
that by waving a flag, yeah.
It's Woolly Bumblebee trying to call shit to boost your channel again, and
So
then
that was-
AIU being cunt afterwards.
Yeah.
Well, at least they were thoroughly
What a
harassed.
surprise.
It's like the drama never ends, does it?
That's
It's
wild.
like,
For some people.
So was that literally just it? There's one dude climbed up there and waved the flag on top of a playground. That was it.
that was it.
Yep.
That was it.
So
And apparently it was a detriment
That
to
was the whole
children,
thing.
and it was child
How much of
abuse.
a pussy are you if that bothers you? Like,
And a
but
couple of
people-
people shouted, "Get out, normies," which you do if there's a Pakistani flag waving.
Yep.
Apparently
And re.
oh yeah, and they shouted "re" as well. But apparently that's harassment of children and parents who honestly could not give a fuck that someone was climbing up and
It
waving a
wasn't
flag.
even-
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it wasn't even
the
get out
question is, who
normies,
was
it was-
complaining then?
Yeah,
I mean,
they said "get out, normies."
No, it
but
was
no, apparently,
yeah, it was dream.
oh, normies get out. Same words,
Yeah.
different order.
But
my stream.
seriously,
They weren't
let's
even-
be honest about it. People has complained about less though.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw
Like
one
the
comment
whole
on
cleaning
People-
up the sidewalk the way you do is racist and all of that shit.
oh,
Yeah,
What
but I
What I
saw
think
one
is fascinating.
immediately
I remember that
afterwards. I saw one immediately afterwards where they were complaining about them saying, "Oh yeah, and this random girl who was sat on a bench, they just called her a twat for no reason." It's just like, no, go back, look at the video. The guy's holding it the wrong way, and they shout out to him, "Turn it round, wrong way, you twat." They're not shouting at random people; they're shouting at the bell
yeah,
holding
yeah.
the flag.
Wow.
They were just trying their hardest to find. Oh, look how horrible these people are.
You know what's
What?
so funny about this? So the woolly bumblebee is freaking out about it, and she shits the bed over somebody climbing on a playground equipment and waving a flag that she finds personally offensive. She's
need to
made
make a
more
video.
of a stink about this than when the skeptic feminist killed his fucking girlfriend.
But
Oh,
It's
he
on
wow.
the
was,
side of history.
but he was
Oh, shit's
offended.
just
You're in
happened.
this country too.
So-
Damn it.
Well, actually, Jeff, what's the update on that? Because last time anybody
Pretty
I've
sure she's
at
still
least
dead.
followed checks it out, they basically just said it's the waiting stuff.
Okay, so they were gonna upgrade the charge to murder in the first degree, but he is still charged with murder in the second degree, and he has an option for a $500,000 bail, but nobody's paying it, so he's just sitting in jail.
Yeah.
Waiting
Nobody's
trial.
gonna pay it.
I
Nobody's
don't.
gonna pay it.
I
Nobody's
try.
gonna pay that.
No, nobody's gonna pay it. And I looked like 2 days ago because I just remembered that it happened. I was like, oh shit! So I went to go look for information. There's no trial date set. I don't think yet. So
Okay.
It
Has
is
they
unfortunate.
found out what actually happened? Because all I've heard was the rumors about either the PTSD or some drugs or some shit like
he didn't
that.
have PTSD. He was never deployed. No, he
Yeah.
was high. He was high as fuck on mushrooms and
Yeah.
like really emotionally stressed out. Nobody knows why he was stressed out. Probably something to do with their relationship or whatever. But
There
No, he
was
was-
something about him being afraid that they'd poisoned him.
oh,
You know,
That's true.
paranoia.
bad shrooms, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, if I
Yeah.
could like rewind for just a second about like I'm still kind of stuck on the people like complaining about the flag, like,
Mhm.
or not even that, but like, what happens to not wanting to be seen as a little bitch? Like, what? Like how fucking weak of a person are you if that bothers you? But not even that, because I don't think it really it doesn't really bother anybody. But the whole sort of, I guess it's just like more of a like an outrage culture thing in general. But like people flip out over the smallest shit.
No,
And
you're
it's like-
talking about toxic
It's,
masculinity. Get your facts straight, man.
Did you
I
not?
think
Oh,
it's
you know,
Being
because
a man up and stop being a little bitch about things, that's toxic masculinity, and you shouldn't do it.
I
do you
think
not
it's because
remember
people,
12 months ago where they kept making up hate crimes and then they got sussed
Yeah.
they were making them up and now they're just back to trying to cling on regular ones?
Yo, I
The
don't
whole,
know.
the
This
whole
is
flag thing is a virtue signal. It's like, oh, think of the children. Like, get out of here.
I think it's because it was a group of people they don't agree with were having fun.
yeah, no
And I
fun
think
allowed.
that's-
I
I think that's
remind
literally
me
Fun
it. They were-
allowed
People
for
are
you.
having fun and they don't agree with them, so they're not allowed to have fun.
So this
Yeah.
is something that bothered me about VidCon as well, is that all these, let's call them the skeptic community, they were hanging out and having fun and drinking, and people complained about that because apparently that makes people some sort of immoral creators. I saw many posts, and I don't understand why people shouldn't be allowed to congregate with other people they agree with to have fun and drink and exchange ideas. Well, how does that make you less of an objective creator? I'm not entirely sure I
You should,
understand.
Because
you should be
people,
locked
they-
in a gulag and never speak to anyone ever.
Helicopter.
Exactly. Don't know.
Straight in the helicopter. Come on.
Right.
Oh, I'm like a proper photographer and everything now.
Oh shit.
Jeez, yeah. No, I don't know, man. I think I would like to. I'd like to be mean about it and be like, it's because these people don't have friends, but that's not true. A lot of them are very social people,
Yeah,
but. I just think it's because of politics. You know, their objectivity goes out the window because they want to find that one little thing to try and nitpick you on. I mean, there's entire fucking Twitter accounts that their mission in life is to find the videos of people that they don't like. Not even that they necessarily disagree with them, but they just don't like them. Take their like 12 to 16 hours worth of editing condense it down into a tweet that they can then be like, this person's a shithead because of this. Like, let's ignore everything else that they said. I mean, that's just
You
how
mean
these
the
people
Wall
are.
Street Journal?
Sean and Jen,
Well,
isn't it?
Oh, that's a
Sean
lot
and
of
Jen does it,
dedication
yeah.
to be busy with something you really, really don't like.
Yeah. It's wild. It's absolutely wild. Like you can't ask for nuance with a lot of these people. Sean and Jen is a great example. I've agreed with Sean and Jen on several issues, but because I say like one or two things that they find insanely objectionable, like, you know, I'm the great Satan. It's the weirdest fucking thing.
Yeah, but
I
what
saw
about
some-
that tweet you made 3 years ago that disagrees with what you've just said 5 minutes ago? Isn't that a contradiction? And aren't you a
Nobody
hypocrite?
ever evolves. Nobody evolves. Nobody changes their mind.
Can't change your opinion, mate. You're a flip flopper then.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
that's
the
I
dumbest
saw
What
the
does that
whole
make Willy
exchange
Bumblebee?
between. Yeah, I saw a whole exchange between Sean and Jen and Lacey as well. Like that was pretty insane. I don't know if anyone else saw that.
Which one? The what?
Don't think
what?
so.
Between Sean and Jen and Lacey Green.
No, I don't think I saw their exchange. What happened?
No.
It's constant bickering, and it's typical of just her getting basically shat on by the people that were on her quote unquote side all the time. It's kind of disappointing.
Oh, sorry. Speaking of Lacey Green, I've had people say that she's a TERF now. Like, what the fuck?
A what?
It's because of that video the other day. She had a turf on it, and she basically she didn't do the SJW thing where they just open their mouths and then it's just ree and shout at them until they can't talk anymore. She did a Dave Rubin thing and listened
But, like,
to what
the best thing you can do for that type of thing is like let them say their crazy shit, and then like you can refute the things they need refuting, but honestly, like a lot of them, like a lot of their a lot of the things that they say, you can just all right, that's what they think, and then everybody else nods and say, yeah, all right, yeah, we all agree that that's bullshit, and then you move on with like there's nothing you can let. It's like God, who was it that interviewed Richard Spencer and then people freaked out?
Romy Millennial.
Yeah, like you can let the person talk, and it doesn't make you agree with them. It's just like, all right, everybody. So everybody like says that they know what this guy believes. Here's what he actually believes. This is fucking weird, isn't it? I don't hate the people that like interview Omar Johnson because like no, like listen to this guy. He's fucking ridiculous. Like let's all agree on that, and then like we can move on to getting back to doing shit that matters and making the world better and things like that. But we should all agree that hey, this shit's fucked up.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's the same with Tim Pool and the whole that and apparently he's a Nazi because he talked with some people that disagree with the feminists and the internets and all of that shit. And
I'm such a Nazi.
yeah,
not
and
with
Logan
us,
actually, and Logan got hurt as well in the G20, I think it was, summit.
I sometimes wonder if these people don't want to hear other people's opinions that might be right-wing, that might be Nazis, or that might be absolutely unacceptable because they're somehow afraid that they'll listen to it and then they'll believe it and then they'll become a Nazi. There's no other reason that I can imagine.
Listening to dissenting opinions makes you a Nazi.
I guess so.
I cannot tell you the number of times living here in the South, anything below the Mason-Dixon line, the ideas that I have are wildly unpopular because of the fact that they go against that whole Christianity is right. That's it. Do this, do that, do it by the book, and that's it. No, question things, people. Have your own brain. But no, that's completely outlandish down here, and people just don't want to hear it. My own sister shut me down the other day on the topic because, I mean, family shut me down because I don't think the way they do.
Like one of my sisters like stopped talking to me for like a week when she found out that one of the pastors at my church is a lesbian.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
She stopped talking to you because there was a lesbian in your church.
Wait, sorry, what was that?
So she stopped talking to you because there was a lesbian in your church.
Well, because the church I go to, like one of the pastors is a lesbian. Like she's like one of my favorite people ever. she's like legit like she like her smile forces you to smile whether or not you want to. And like it'll ruin your day with how happy she is because you're not that happy all the time. She's one of those people.
You don't want to be happy, but you are anyway when she smiles at you. You're like, damn it!
You're like, fuck, I'm not that happy. Like, what are you?
It's like,
God damn it!
I didn't want to be happy. Fuck it.
Yeah,
we
like I
don't
was
have
like,
that
I want to
problem
be
over here. We're like,
But yeah,
I know
so,
some
like,
people like that, and they're really annoying when I'm pissed off.
But yeah, but like the thought of like a lesbian preacher was so like so against, because like my sister's like super like, you know, those people who are like crazy and then, like, all right, so I think Kevin has a joke about like the super religious person was like, yeah, I used to suck dick for crack, but now I'm like the Lord and blah blah blah. Like my sister did not suck dick for crack. That's not what I'm saying. But like she was like a wild kid and then went like uber religious on the other side. And like now she's like tapering it down a bit, but like that type of person is always like like the most critical when it comes to things that are outside of the norm of their religion. Like if you're talking to a street preacher, it's probably somebody who's done some fucked up things in the past.
Yeah.
So like I feel like I got on a tangent. I don't know how I got here.
No,
you heard it here first. 2017 Beast. My sister sucks dick for crack, was it? Or crack for Jesus?
The crack is just a bonus, really.
I'm doing the Lord's work. I'm not going to say some guys still God, but I'm not going to disagree.
Oh shit! Oh man.
Hope she doesn't see this. Sorry.
So what do you guys think about there being the very first ever female Doctor Who?
Wait, what?
I couldn't.
Doctor Who has been going downhill for a long time, and they keep trying to inject various things to popularize it with new crowds, but
no. Is Stephen Moffat still alive?
Stephen Moffat? I don't know.
Yeah, if he still has anything to do with the project, it's going to be horrible. Like he murdered Doctor Who like 2 seasons ago for me, and since then he's just been fucking the corpse, and it's just been downhill and down. Like I don't watch it anymore just because like I know what's gonna happen. We're not gonna get any sort of conclusions for everything.
No, he's still in control of it. Yeah.
No, then it's just gonna be like the best way to have a female Doctor Who is to have her be like, just have Doctor Who be a chick, because you know Time Lords can do that, because why the fuck not? They can do whatever they want.
Right.
And then but like just go on as if normal. Like don't make a big deal out of it. It's like God, that one movie Paranorman had like a gay character, and it like only showed up in like the last two, like it was only even referenced in like the last 2 seconds, but like he was just a person throughout the entire thing. It was like, oh yeah, by the way, you should be my boyfriend, in like the last 2 seconds. That's the way to have that type of character. Don't make them a caricature of the thing that they're supposed to be for reasons. Just have them be a person that happens to do things. Yeah. And I feel like if like with the way that show's been going, especially if Stephen Moffat's the director, if they have a lady Doctor Who, it's going to be like fucking female Thor all over again. It's like unsolicited opinions about Israel and all that other type of bullshit. Like just let people be people. Like don't define them down to one trait. Come on.
Yeah, but let's be honest about it. Every single movie with a strong female lead in it, where like that's the main protagonist, that's some form of female whatever. The reason why it's good is not because she's a female. The reason why it's good is because it's a great movie that just basically happens to have a female lead. And it's the same with the male lead. It's not the gender of whoever is in the center of the movie or the story you're watching, reading, whatever. The gender of that person really doesn't matter that much. It's the story and how all of that works together that's the important part, not the gender or the sexuality.
With Metroid, you have like this cool like friggin' like space character that's going around fighting aliens and doing all this like sick shit, and at the end they're like, oh, by the way, it's been a chick the whole time. Have fun.
Yeah,
that's like
it's perfect.
It's because they didn't ham-fist it in there.
Exactly.
They did that shit with Iron Man.
That's not
and cool. By making Riri Williams the new Iron Man. And by the way,
she's just
this got brought up in a stream that I was watching the other night. But does anybody else find the writers of that particular book to be playing to too many of the stereotypes? Because how did she get all of her equipment for that Iron Man suit? She stole it all.
Oh, I forgot about that. Holy shit.
Yeah, the new black female
She
Iron
stole
Man
it
steals-
all.
Oh god.
Dude, have you have you read that comic? Because like it's so her motivations as a character is like there's like this one part where like she's in school and it's like, oh, I'm gonna be the first so and so or something, or no like she was doing something
in space or something like that.
Yeah, and like the
First
teacher
female
was like,
president.
no, you can't. Like the teacher's like, no, we've already had a lady in space. He was like, what? All right, well, I'm gonna do this, and the teacher's like, no, we already had that. Like, well, like I need to feel oppressed in order to have motivation to do something with my life. So, like, why aren't you oppressing me? And she's like, all right, well, I guess you can't be Iron Man. She's like, fuck you, I'll be Iron Man. But like, why is that your motivation? Why can't you just want to be good for the sake of that? Like, no, I don't want to be a good, but like, I want to be a hero. So, like, most people are like, no.
That was like
I need
3
to do
weeks
something
ago.
that you say I can't do because that's the only way I feel something. Like, that's how I get my rocks off. Like, what the fuck?
Honey, it's okay to be ordinary.
But not only that, she is supposed to be smarter than Tony Stark, but yet when she was in the suit and hit Mach speeds and did the sonic boom, she said, what was that boom?
Oh god,
Really?
you can't even hear the bloody thing because you're going faster than the speed of sound. That's just the most horrible writing ever.
I just at that point I took the book, closed it, put it back in the sleeve, set it down, and walked away. I was like, I can't even look at this anymore.
And then
Yeah.
you burned your house
slowly
down.
from the
Comics are slowly committing suicide right now. It's sad.
The thing that actually made me a bit mad, to be completely honest, was the one where they made Thor a girl. I was like, okay, I am from the north. Like, my ancestors actually believe in that religion you're now pissing all over. I know for a fact that bullshit you're saying with the whole whoever wields the hammer will be fuck you and fuck that explanation.
I'm
That's
gonna have
not
to stop
true
you there.
at all.
I'm gonna have to stop you there. Don't you remember Mouse Thor?
Still not a thing.
That sounds adorable, though. Like, I read that.
No, I don't care. That never happened.
It did.
Fuck that.
No,
And the thing is they had to link for her to even become Thor. They had to give her cancer. They had to give Jane Foster cancer to justify making her Thor.
They had to kill this bitch.
Why?
Yeah.
But the other thing is, Thor, at least through the faith, if you can say it like that, like the Asgardian faith or whatever you want to call it,
mythology.
Is actually immortal. As in, he can only be killed in combat. He can't be killed like by age.
Yeah.
Or disease or whatever. He has to be slain by somebody by fighting.
And then if you slay Thor, you become Thor.
Wait, you're saying my 90s comics
If you slay Thor, there's no more Thor.
Chuck
Thor
Norris
is
could
a
have the magical hammer.
So you're saying all my 90s comics are going to be worth nothing?
No, they're going to be worth something because they're going to be good. Look at the bright side, though.
Yeah, there you
Now that
go.
all these old franchises and such are committing suicide, you're going to see a lot more new stuff that's actually going to be good, which excites me personally as a writer. So I'm very happy about all these big brands dying because it fills up room, innit?
Well, yeah, Sam Keith hasn't
be
fallen
honest,
down into
no.
the hole. He's doing his thing.
Maybe we'll revive the webcomic.
I don't think that the big guys basically going out of business will do anything for any small person at all.
Probably
Because the only thing it will do is basically the masses will say, well, all we can see now in the like cinemas and so forth is shit, so we're not going to watch anything, basically.
Well, they're watching
Just
more
be
stuff,
you're both
innit?
into comics. How are Image and Dark Horse doing these days?
Image is actually doing pretty good. Dark Horse is barely functioning for the most part. I
They've always
think
been kind of not really.
Yeah, I think they cut down their distribution enough that they're no longer in the red, but they're just not popular necessarily. But Image actually has seen quite a bit of success lately. They've started to bring it back.
Hmm.
Who publishes Invincible?
Oh, that was Vertigo. Invisibles,
Vertigo
right?
too.
And Vertigo was under DC, but I don't think they've had any Vertigo titles for a while.
Yeah,
Weren't they doing an animated?
in the late 90s.
Weren't they doing an animated The Goon movie at some point? I'm sure I saw a trailer like a couple of years ago.
Can't remember.
If you've never seen The Goon, it's big muscly bloke and his sidekick with like hobo jungle and voodoo zombies, and it's like really black comedy.
Right. I don't know. I don't remember that. The chat's having a conversation about Thor in the chat. I think it's interesting. So there are a lot of people who are mad because of the female Thor. I was only mad about it because of how ham-fisted it was. After they calmed down, I actually really liked it, and I still kind of like it now. I think it's interesting. But you have to remember, like, if you want to be purist about Thor and like Nordic heritage, remember that for a while, Thor was actually just a spirit inhabiting a man. Then it was actually the god. Then it was a clone of the god for a while. And then
that was a little bit.
It was a space alien that looked like a horseman. And he's still around.
Fuck that guy.
And he's still around. He's a cool character. No, he's a cool character.
Cool character, but you really shouldn't give him the title of Thor, though.
Well,
it's just my personal opinion. It's cool that you give all Thor's gear, like his hammer and his armor and all of that, and his gauntlet of strength and all of his thing to a woman, and she takes up basically the mantle of Thor.
Yeah.
But to call her female Thor is, if you ask me, just to be like, that would be the same as just watching God coming down from the heavens and most of his powers is in his robes. Then he dies and a girl takes it and now it's female God. And I'm like, no, it's not.
Oh,
you are a giant person with the same power set. You're not the female version of whatever was there before.
I mean, there's a way to do like similar female versions of other characters and not make it horrible. Like case in point, nobody has a problem with X-23.
Well, I do.
Most people.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I don't know. Maybe I fucked up. So.
No. I mean, my problem isn't that. My problem is really that I hate that they. My problem with X-23 isn't really with the character. My problem with it is that they wanted to keep making Wolverine relevant, but they stopped focusing on stories involving him, and they started focusing on other shit. So you have your clone, Laura Kinney, X-23. Now there are more clones, like the little sister Wolverine clone. There's now Old Man Logan from an alternate future who time traveled back, and he's boring as fuck, and nobody cares. Then you have fucking now they just brought from the Ultimates universe Wolverine's son over, not Dakin, because that is also another Wolverine's son.
James, or was it James?
Jimmy Howlett. Jimmy Howlett.
Yeah, that's it.
And he's Wolverine, but blonde and emotionally emo and traumatized with nothing interesting to his backstory. This is what I have a problem with. It's not. I don't really give a shit about the gender swap.
Bad writing.
It just sucks. It's just dumb.
There is a way to do it, Jeff. Jeff,
To be
do
honest,
you
I
remember? Do you remember the Death of Superman series?
Jesus fucking Christ!
I have that comic.
That was done.
I have all of them.
That was done.
Have you ever seen the Max Landis video of him doing the Death and Return of Superman?
Yeah.
It's really good.
But effectively, Superman dies, and they bring in 4 new Superman alikes, and they're all characters in their own, and they all do fairly well. But they actually have a decent. It's not just hey, the old one's gone, here's a new one. It's more like hey, the old one dies dramatically. No, here's
John Henry
they tried to
Irons.
flush him out of it.
John Henry Irons is Steel, awesome character. Fucking love him. I think he's fucking great. The Exterminator ended up being like a murderous Krypton purist, like genetic cleanser dude. He turned into a villain. Great story, interesting. It was kind of cool. Superboy. Oh, we cloned Superman. Fuck off. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Boy.
With his leather jacket and his snazzy shades.
All I'm going to say is when it comes to Steel, one name. Shaq.
There's there is a clip from the movie Steel in my last video.
True, but they were all 4 different takes on Superman as a character. They weren't just immediate copies with the gender swapped around.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But I mean, a clone is still pretty lazy.
It is, but that's classic comic book. To be fair, I mean, come on, you were talking about X-23 a minute ago,
Like
and the
killing
little sister
killing a
planes.
character in soap operas, like.
Yeah.
But I also think that the whole cloning thing is like to play on the fear of, like, what would you personally do if all of a sudden there was a clone of you? Would that be you? Wouldn't it be you? Like
no,
was a
that's a
thing, like,
classic
I think it was
question.
like
And
20
there's-
years ago. When they
Oh,
talked
the
about the whole
philosophical
cloning
debate of what
technology.
is
If we're going to talk about clones, we need to go ahead and just bring up the Jackal cloning Spider-Man. Ben Reilly, Kane, you know, talk about idiotic cloning sagas. That one right there takes the cake.
No,
didn't Spider-Man
nothing.
give birth to himself once?
Yeah, Kane. Say that again. What?
Yeah.
Nothing
didn't
could
Spider-Man
ever.
give birth to himself.
Nothing could ever possibly beat. Haha! Surprise! It was Doombot all along.
Yeah.
Oh lord.
Yeah.
Seriously, how many times can you do that?
But like, okay, so when you want to bring in a similar concept for a character and you want to make it a little bit different, you're trying to revitalize the whole series or the concept of it. There's kind of like a line of quality that I think most writers should aspire to, and it's actually really interesting. I think this is a good demarcation of it. If your attempts at trying to bridge the gaps and make something fresh in a comic book is less believable and more forced than when they brought Kane in as the Undertaker's brother in the WWF, then you have fucked up and lost the plot.
Unless they rip the cell door off,
Okay,
no one
like-
cares.
Oh. I don't know how I feel about that one in particular, just because I was young enough that like when that happened, I was still wrestling is real aged. So that was like, oh fuck, I didn't even know Undertaker had a brother. Okay,
Same.
like I was completely sold on it.
But
So
they
And he
handled
left
it
him to
so
die when
well.
the crematorium set fire.
I lost my suspension of belief at like undead wizard that crucifies people, especially the daughter of the CEO of the company. That's where I completely lost it.
That
I
was
like,
that was
alright.
great. That was amazing.
Wasn't the Undertaker's brother the guy who... no, actually, no. It was the Undertaker who threw Mankind off a Hell in a Cell into the Spanish announcer table in 1998.
That's right.
But no, but the
Kane is an
Undertaker's
insurance salesman.
mayor of something.
remember when Triple H was like feuding with Kane for something, and he like broke into a funeral home and like groped a corpse or something?
What the fuck?
Yeah. Yes.
I'm pretty
That
sure
was
that happened,
the
right?
Katie
Like,
Vick
somebody-
did happen.
storyline.
No, that
Like,
did
tell me
happen.
I'm not
Worst
making that up.
storyline ever.
Like, oh god, old
He
wrestling was
implied-
fantastic.
He implied that Kane fucked a corpse. That was the implication.
Yeah. What
And
was
now
that?
he's running for mayor.
I am personally not from the United States, and we do not have wrestling like on TV in my country at all, to be
You
honest.
should have, man.
Oh.
But I
Shit.
remember my friends telling me about it because they watched it like on the internet and so on, and I was like, "That sounds fake as fuck," and they were like, "No, it's true." Like, and
No.
about plot lines and shit, and I was like, "Are you shitting me? That sounds like I don't
fake,
the
it's predetermined.
worst plot of some shitty movie. Like, really? And you believe this?" And it took like 5 years or something like that before they figured out that that wrestling were fake as fuck. I was just sitting there all the
Okay.
time like,
Good,
"That
how
shit
bad it
is
was."
fake."
I'm gonna stop you real quick, Nick. I'm gonna say wrestling is not fake. It's choreographed.
It's the performance,
Okay.
of it, just like stripping is. Yes, I know, but still.
Yeah, but like no, old school wrestling was like fucking. It was like superhero type shit
It was
almost.
like
Like the
cartoons,
people's
man.
elbow
It was
is like
great.
the strongest attack known to man,
Yeah,
and it's just an elbow drop. And who
It's
gives a
muscly
fuck though if you sell it well enough?
my favorite
No,
wrestling was
exactly.
It was the Rock's whole deal.
And this coming from somebody, and you know, putting some beans out there. I actually was a professional wrestler for a period of time.
Nice.
It-
Cool, man.
You actually have to be licensed in the state of Virginia, which is insane. The amount of hoops you have to jump through to get it done. But
Damn. You
it's
can just do it in New England.
yeah, right. But I'm actually going to be starting back up again in January. But the
Awesome.
Nice.
but it's one of those things where you know, people everybody's like, oh, it's fake. It's fake. Okay.
No, it's not
say
fake.
that. Say that to Randy Orton, or John Cena, who got RKO'd through the Spanish announce table and tore his pectoral muscle clean off the bone.
Did you see when Seth Rollins
happen.
broke John Cena's nose with his fucking knee?
Yes.
He did that on
and that
TV.
was
That was
actually
live on
that was
Raw.
intentional. That was intentional too.
Oh yeah, Seth was mad about something.
How about when they?
It's the same with theaters, fake, isn't it? Like the actors are still there, and if they fall on their face, they're gonna have a fucking broken nose, isn't it?
Well, that's like
They
Finn
can
Balor.
fucking kill themselves.
Well, that was like Finn
They
Balor.
have.
What?
Owen Hart.
But that doesn't
Owen Hart.
work.
Owen Hart, yeah.
Like,
Too soon
even
to
though it's-
bring that one up. Too soon to bring
even
that
though
one
it's
up.
a
Yes.
fake thing, it does
it's
not
not
take
too-
away
it's been
from it
fucking
that it
20
is
years, man.
fake.
It's predetermined.
It's
still
very
real to me,
predetermined.
damn it.
Like they are trying to sell you. Okay, it is fantasy. It is fiction. To
Yes,
use
true.
proper
Yes.
terms.
I agree with
And,
it. But
and
it's fake.
even
It was
yeah,
absolutely
the reason why people call it fake was because for the longest period of time they actually claimed that it was true and tried to hold up the whole facade thing.
Yeah,
And
I blame
that's
the
reason why
beginning of
people
the
really use
Attitude
that word.
Era. I blame the beginning of the Attitude Era because the selling was very stupid in the Attitude Era. The way they sold it just looked hokey, and fucking just the story writing in the beginning. It's just attempted murder, bro. Like nobody went to jail. All right, sure.
That was the best era for me, though. Like, it's like a sort of, I don't know, like everybody agree, like it's a sort of suspension of disbelief thing where like everybody just agrees that this is how things work.
Like I still watch.
If you see two dudes fight, no, they're not gonna slap each other in the chest. All right, just from like, if a dude slaps another dude, like somebody has to fucking die after that. Like that's just how that works. So like once slapping happens and people live, then you know that okay, like it's not the real thing. But like you're like not like nudge wink wink. As long as they all stay within the rules of their predefined universe, and everybody goes with it, and it's fine. So yeah, that's why like freaking Undertaker is a zombie and Paul Bearer is whatever the fuck Paul Bearer is. That's why people like Val Venus. Like Val Venus was a character. That was a thing that happened.
Oh, I loved him.
Everybody did.
It doesn't matter. China was still a big woman.
I loved Val Venus so much.
What killed professional wrestling, and this is no joke, was Vince McMahon's speech on live television before Raw in '96, when he came out and said that it was not a sport, that it was sports entertainment. That
we had
killed
to do that.
the entire industry. It's
They
true,
had
he
to
did.
do it.
It's not dead.
But
They'll line up
There's
around the
legal
block
reasons.
to get in. I live in a town where they actually come to. They line up. It's sold out every single
Oh
time.
no, dude! Trust me, they do the same thing here. They do the same thing here. We've got a live show going on today, and I could drive down there right now, and it's just a live show. It's nothing being taped. Though I will say this: with them giving AJ Styles the title at a house show, that's going to make shows. That's going to make house shows more attractive to people because now
They
they'll see
haven't done that in like
ever.
since I was like the last time they did such a minute title change was on a main show. I think it was like maybe a SmackDown a long time ago where like people could perceive it as not mattering.
Yeah.
But then it just made it matter.
Yeah.
Until the Hardcore Championship happened, and then it made it not matter again.
Yeah, which was you have to defend that thing anywhere, anytime, any place.
Yep.
The problem is,
I
it
think
was
it was McDonald's parking
lifted
lot.
from Lucha Libre at the time, and it's just then it tried to do its own thing, and it's just like you can't steal something and
was
then change it
originally-
slightly.
The Hardcore Championship originally started as a joke, so I can't really give it too much in that. But at the same time, they gave it legitimacy and then took it away.
I think it's weird that in like other parts of the world, if you actually follow wrestling, you are looked down upon. I've met a lot of
that's in
people
America
that-
too. That's in America too.
And unless you're in Japan, and then you are revered because Japanese, the Japanese
love
wrestling,
it there.
New Japan is the real shit. They do not care.
But really, are we taking Japanese culture as like a moral high, a social high at the moment? I mean, I'm sorry. Enjoy
over in Japan, they had a all-female promotion where I think it was a few years back. They had what happened was a shoot fight happened in the ring, and a shoot fight, for people who don't know, that they just had a fight. They did not actually like each other, and they had a fight.
Crap out of each other.
And it was so bad that this chick had her orbital bone broken. And it was the worst thing. And that shit just happens sometimes in Japanese wrestling. Where they don't like each other, so they actually fight.
Okay, wait. All right, so like that should be in more. All right, so why is it that hockey is the only sport where you could actually just fight and it's okay?
Well, boxing.
It's not okay.
It's not okay.
I feel like it's okay.
Like, you get
it's kind of okay.
You sit in a box for a while.
Yeah, but in comparison, like in soccer, if you look too hard at somebody else, they fall down, and then like, and then the rest of the team comes over and like they cry and talk about their feelings. Meanwhile, in hockey, you can punch someone in the fucking face.
That's why I love hockey, to be honest. Somebody's helmet gets taken off and whipped at somebody, and they start fighting, and it's great.
You little bitches, try rugby.
Oh, please.
Yeah, rugby.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
Oh god, no. There was that one story about like some guy who played for the New Zealand team a couple of years back, got his scrotum torn open in the middle of a match, got it stitched back up, and then kept playing. And after that, I'm like, okay, fuck that. They're hardcore, and I'm not doing that. Fuck that. Yeah, fuck everything about that, dude. That's it. No.
Australian rugby is probably the toughest of the tough. That is just, you don't go into that unless you have a serious death wish and no sense of right and wrong or no feeling of pain.
Much like Australia.
Because they're descended from criminals. So.
Yeah, that's Australian.
Well, there's actually an old saying. The old saying is, soccer is a game for gentlemen played by hooligans. Rugby is a game for hooligans played by gentlemen.
Never heard that one.
Yeah, it seems correct enough.
That's it. My mum always says that football is 90 minutes of pretending you're hurt and rugby is 80 minutes of pretending you're not.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what my mum's always gone by.
Well, I'll remember it before we get too far away from it, but the whole thing why I said the thing with the wrestling, like that people, some people at least look down on other people if they watch wrestling. I was like, I do not see the difference in watching wrestling or watching like a movie or going to the theater and watching people perform a show there, because it is all like performance art. So I can't see why is some performance art okay but others ain't.
Probably when it
Wrestling
comes
is
to be
basically
real.
the opera. Basically the same thing.
Yeah,
Wagner
I
exactly.
feel
and
like
The Undertaker,
wrestling
same
is
guy.
like above reality TV. Like I don't know. Like as far as like shitty things to watch go, like I feel like if you watch the Kardashians and don't watch the WWE, what are you doing?
Yeah, right.
Well, yeah, the WWE, you can respect the athletes.
Right.
Yeah. They put a lot of
And
work
let's
into
be
that shit.
honest, at least in that context, the WWE is more real than the Kardashians is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. They should
Professional
have
wrestling
Jeff
is
to study
definitely a
and have
lot
some
more real
talent.
than reality TV.
Yeah, reality TV is some of the most fake shit you find on the.
We can thank reality TV for that goddamn Bill Nye show.
Yeah.
All the creators of it
I didn't watch it. I was
You know
going
what?
to watch it, and then all I saw was just the sex junk thing, and then I was like, well, now
I
I'm
have
not
finally forgotten that song.
That
It was
was
finally out of my head.
exactly
I escaped, and now it's back. So fuck you
Thank
for
you for
that.
reminding me.
Welcome.
Yeah, no.
Because my sex
I
junk
actually-
is
Sex
so.
junk is
I actually watched some of, I think it was like episode 1 and 2, and I was just sitting like, this is just bad. Like, it's not only that episode, most of that entire Netflix series is actually just bad. And in some of, at least in episode 1 and 2, sometimes he says things that is just like wrong, like just
my
entirely
one.
wrong.
It's okay. He's just an engineer. Nobody cares.
No. So like, so my one issue with that is no. Everybody kept bringing that. Like, he's not even a scientist. He's an engineer. Like, okay,
No,
like that's like
engineers
the
are
opposite. No. Hold on. No. that's like the opposite of an argument from authority, where like that one guy was like, "Oh no, I have a degree in this, so like I can talk about this." Your degree has no bearing on whether it's like the factualness of what you're saying. So like you can debunk him on the shit he's saying.
Fallacy, but...
Yeah, just debunk him on the shit he's saying without saying like, "Oh, he's not even a science guy. He's an engineer." You can't bring that shit up now when you didn't give a fuck about it when you were bringing it up for climate change. For any of the other shit, like you brought people would bring Bill Nye on as an expert all the time, and everybody was on his dick historically up until this one thing. So don't start saying, "Oh, he was just an engineer." Now that's fucking dishonest.
Beast, calm down. I understand where you're coming from, and I respect your argument, but you don't have a computer science degree like me, and I understand you.
I am literally a software engineer. Suck my
dick. Where's Memphis when you need her?
Yeah, I am going to fuck this guy.
Yeah, I was about to say,
that was
the most part anything to any discussion I have ever heard. You're full of shit, and I need to be full of something else. Now stop this. I'm going home.
She was one of my favorite people before that, but goddamn, just mic drop moment.
Yeah, I love the look on his face too. It's like this kind of desperate look. I don't know what to counter to that.
What do you even do?
I don't think you can.
You're just done at that point. Like,
yeah. You could also see it in the guy. If you look at the stream and you look at his face, as soon as memory comes in and starts yelling at him, and just see his entire facial expression that just goes from this badass boy on the whatever.
It's like you watched his. It's like you watched his testicles recede back into his own body in real time.
Yeah.
It was
even
great.
further.
Also, Jeff, I forgot. Like, how much longer do we have to talk about this guy before we get some of that Monsanto money? Like,
I have a timer here. Only 30 more seconds, and then we're good.
This is not at all a scripted question at all. But please, Jeff, explain to us what Monsanto is and how great it actually is.
Well, let me tell you, Monsanto is selling only the premium brainwashing devices for all of your world-conquering needs. Monsanto, buy with confidence.
Oh, so we have to get
are you saying that they're only selling the premium devices? That sounds too good to be true.
Oh, but it is! And for low
monthly payments. I get a payment method. Like, I don't have 6084 to just fill out now.
Is there possibly a payment option that we can take an interest?
Indeed, there is. If you call now, yeah, that's good.
I really want to look at. I really want to look into where this Monsanto conspiracy comes from, because
Monsanto is bad, so they must control.
Probably a documentary.
They have shitty business practices, but otherwise, like, yeah, all of it's kind of really just blown out of proportion.
I was just sitting in that entire stream like, what is Monsanto? Like, I'm not from the US. I have no idea what he's mad about.
It's just a food company.
Yeah, everybody outside of the US is like, what?
I mean,
yeah, he's mad about what?
Monsanto may have shady business practices, but so does the US government, and nobody says anything about that.
All right, well, I mean, no. People say things about that literally all the time.
Yeah.
That's what we call the news. That's what the news is.
Most of the big
like CNN? CNN?
CNN.
Is that what you're referring to?
They're fake news. Fake news.
Fake news.
Oh. No, I'm just.
Don't try too hard. They might come after you. I'm trying to go
the actual crap.
The best way to explain
myself. I don't care.
The best way to explain Monsanto is imagine Emperor Palpatine started selling seeds and antibiotics. That's basically where you're coming from.
Pretty much.
Let them dox me. I'm not scared. My soul is dead anyway.
Exactly. I am. Oh, I remember it now. Tim Poll had a question on his video that was like, what would you say if I told you that I knew everything you've done on the internet and I am willing to release all of that information and your personal information if you do not do as I say? My comment to that was, go ahead, I'm a loser on the internet. I don't even have friends. I don't care.
No.
I made a video about it. I was like, I told them with the link to my fucking boots.
Dude, my employer already knows, so.
Just look at all the shit. I don't give a shit.
You gonna dig up when I posted my tits on 4chan back in 2008? Go ahead, do it.
What?
2008.
Yeah. 2008. That's
well, now we're all
not too long ago. We talked 2000 about that time. Good luck trying to dig that up. No, not 4chan.
I can't remember 2008. That was pre-Gigaputty era. Was that before everything became rainbow colored with the gay face?
It was right about the time Boxy just started.
Oh, Jesus, wow. That is going back. So post-cockmongler, but pre-Boxy.
Have you seen
I was really, I was in the We Don't Need a Queen camp.
I really wish I didn't know what you guys were talking about. I'm so fucking ashamed of myself right now.
You shouldn't be. You should be proud that you do not know what we're talking about.
No, I don't want to relate to you. I don't want to fucking relate to you.
Do you guys know what Boxy is actually doing like now? Or at least
she's a complete SJW right now.
Hopefully porn.
Yeah, she went into this quote-unquote science channel and then it all just went SJW from that.
Oh, that's too bad.
Like friggin' Boxy's and SJW. Line Trap is fat now. You're not like just what the fuck's going on? The world's going downhill, man.
So who's gonna win, McGregor or Mayweather?
Mayweather is going to fuck him up. I cannot wait.
Okay, I say McGregor just because I love him.
I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
McGregor? I say Tiger Woods. I have no idea.
Tiger Woods.
Okay,
I'm going to put money on Tiger Woods' wife showing up.
The basic rundown is this: you have MMA champion Conor McGregor, loudmouth, abrasive Irish fucker that he is, and he has agreed to go into a fight, a boxing match with heavyweight champion of the world. He's not currently though, is he? Mayweather?
No,
Mayweather's not heavyweight.
He's not heavyweight. I thought he was a heavyweight.
Not heavyweight.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, former world champion Floyd Mayweather, who's a boxer, and they're gonna have a boxing match here in like a month, I think.
Yeah, August.
A lot of money's on the boxer then.
Sometime in August. Well, yeah.
Mayweather is way bigger. Way bigger than McGregor, though.
Oh yeah. Well, McGregor put on some weight, but by far Mayweather is much larger.
Isn't that the whole when you have seen the black dude yelling at the white dude, and then the white dude yelling back at the black guy, and then.
And then they fight, and then the white guy wins.
That's like Rocky 4 or something. I don't know.
The whole thing you're talking about, isn't that the GIFs and all of that has been going around both Facebook and all of that? That's just the white guy and the black guy yelling at each other and saying shit.
Yeah, they're talking shit. They're hyping it up.
Did you see McGregor's suit?
Yeah, that's what they always
suit that he wore the first night that said "fuck
Oh my god, the fuck you pin.
Oh yeah, with the pinstripes all "fuck you." That was amazing.
I loved it.
That's true. I think I'm in agreement though. I think Mayweather's gonna fuck his world up.
I don't think you're gonna see. I don't think you're gonna see Mayweather go at him as hard, simply for the fact of McGregor may not be as big, but he's got a better fighting prowess. Every boxing match I have ever seen Mayweather in, that dude runs more than Usain Bolt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's a champ. He knows how to how many wins does he have? Like he wouldn't be in the position he's in if he wasn't good at what he does. Like you don't you don't have to get a KO to win a boxing match. Like straight up.
No, and that's true, and I agree with that. But at the same time, if it came to pure fighting skill, McGregor would stomp his face in.
But isn't McGregor like a wrestling dude?
It's not a street fight, man. It's a boxing match. It's not the same thing. It's not MMA. It's a boxing match. If it comes down to if both of them can use anything that they want to in their respective fighting arsenals, sure, then McGregor will probably win that just because he's more versatile. But when it comes down to boxing, and this is a boxing match, the amount of experience Mayweather has on him it's not even in the same ballpark. And not on top of that, McGregor has said too much shit for Mayweather to if Mayweather loses this fight, he's fucking done. It's especially with who he hang out he hangs out with 50 Cent, he hangs out with all these fucking rappers and shit and just like the rest of like black people Twitter will not let him lose that fight and then expect to live afterwards. Like they will, he will be like, you know when Scar fell off the cliff at the end of the Lion Kings and the hyenas ripped him apart. It'll kind of be like that.
Yeah, just with less tearing from the rest of us. But isn't the white guy? I can't remember the name now. Isn't he like a wrestler thingy, or is he actually a boxer as well?
No,
he's an amateur boxer.
Yeah, MMA.
It's ultimately going to come down to that referee, though, because if he's an MMA fighter, he's going to get disqualified real quick if the referee decides to stick to his guns. If he decides to go by every rule, that dude's going to be disqualified real fast.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
So they're going to have to give it some leeway, and they're going to have to see how far it goes.
But so you're actually saying that it's an MMA fighter versus a boxer?
No, it's a boxing match. He's not going to be allowed to use MMA tactics. He's
but it's an MMA fighter.
MMA fighter versus a boxer in a boxing match.
Yeah.
And to be honest, then I actually have to go with the MMA guy because he actually gets like proper hit in the face when he's fighting. He gets destroyed. Where I've seen a lot of boxing matches and it's not the same.
Okay, McGregor is what is considered an Irish boxer, and he's a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's 24 fights total, 21-3 with 18 knockouts, 1 by submission, 2 by decision. So, I mean, if you look at the yes, okay. Mayweather has 78-0. Let me pull up his stats here. Hang on just a second.
Mayweather is a beast, man. He's great.
Let's see.
How long has he been retired now?
Year, 2 years since the Pacquiao fight.
Yeah, not too terribly long.
Oh god, I told the story about the Pacquiao fight, right? Like how I was in like some like bar full of like Mexican dudes, and like after the end of that fight, it was rough getting out of there.
Okay, so he's 40. Let's see, his boxing record is he's 49-0, not 70-something. 49-0 with 26 knockouts. So that's greater than 50%.
Yeah,
knockout rate. So I mean, Floyd may have a chance, but I think you're going to see this thing go the full 12.
May have a chance. That is such an understatement, dude.
I think my bias toward Conor McGregor is better because I am a lowly Irish boy, but and not only that, I don't like Floyd's mouth. The mouth that boy has on him is
okay. You can't support Conor McGregor and then talk about Mayweather's mouth, dude. That is
they're both bad, but it's just I don't like somebody who carries around $1 million in a backpack and flaunts it like that. But that may
you think McGregor doesn't have money? You think the dude with a "fuck you" pinstripe suit doesn't have money, dude? No.
Oh no, I know he's got money. I know he's got money. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all. McGregor's got money, but he doesn't carry $1 million around in a backpack.
You know what is going to happen? Let's just be honest. They're going into that arena, looking each other's in the eyes, and then they're just going like, rock, paper, scissors, I win. Woo! We get a lot of money. See ya.
If that happened, I would not be mad. I wouldn't be mad if that happened. Like, yeah, no, you got me. All right.
That's wild shit. So I was thinking about something too. So there's the female doctor thing going on, and I had to tweet about it. Of course, the real problem isn't that the new doctor's a woman. It's that it's not a black hermaphrodite with a disabled black hermaphrodite woman with a dragon fursona and 14 headmates. That's the real problem. But so let's say for instance we come upon the next idea of a female Bond, which I actually don't really give that much of a shit about. Jane Bond, whatever, who cares? But here's the thing. This is the thing that I'm trying to think about. It's only going in one direction. So is there iconic female characters that we could then reboot with male actors?
Oppression.
Laura Croft. You could take her.
I would like to be the male Lara Croft. Let me do that, please.
Yeah.
Dreadful
Hollywood,
insurance series, isn't it?
Come on.
Technically, didn't we do that with the Alien franchise with with that chick as well? Because it got made into a series or something like that with a bunch of dudes in it.
Alien franchise?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think
Personally, I'm not against recasting. Just if you want to do a female Bond, make like a 008. Here's your
Why?
female Bond.
No, but the
Well,
thing is,
well, well,
007 is a title. Like,
Well, like,
007 is
yeah.
a title that it's giving to like a random person, and that person could that's just whoever is nearest that is good at their job. Like,
yeah, but then you'd have to have officially retired Bond or killed off Bond. I think it would be kind of cool to. I think the 008 is actually kind of a cool idea because it could be the exact same thing.
Yeah,
but it's not. It's not
That's
equal.
not how it works.
Still
Every
not gonna be happy.
single 007 agent has been every time the actors change. That's a new 007. 007 is just a title. It's just a number that they assign to this specific agent. Much like
Even the name, I think, James
I don't
Bond.
think that's canon. I don't think so. I think these are all
I'm
supposed to be
pretty
the
sure.
same
Yeah, they're all
person.
supposed to be the same person. That's why he says
Well,
Bond,
they're not.
James Bond.
No, I think 007
that might
James
be a
Bond is
fan
actually
theory.
the entire thing. That's his entire title, I think.
the thing
I
is,
think that might be a fan theory, dude.
It has actually never been played. There's fan theories about if it's the same dude or if he like dies or get fired or whatever. But I actually think that Jeff was onto something with the whole give that person like not. I wouldn't say like 8, but give them another number and then make an
Wasn't my idea.
entire
Whoever said it, yeah.
other.
It was my idea. What now Jeff's stealing my ideas? That's
It's his channel, dude. What the fuck? You really have to give them credit, man. You can't just like
That's
fuck.
funny shit.
Man. I think that could be a great idea, to be
Patent
honest.
pending.
Like actually making a female spy movie, and then of course making it good, and not like the other female spy movies. So basically, look at me, I'm pretty, and like an actual proper spy movie.
And that's the key right
I mean,
there. Make it
Okay,
good.
wait. James Bond does kind of do the male version of "Look at Me, I'm Pretty," though. He does that sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the whole point. Apparently, during the casting of Sean Connery, Ian Fleming himself initially was kind of opposed to him, and the producers went like, "No, he's got the right sexual appeal." And
Yeah, haven't you
only
seen him
after.
with that red leather onesie he's got?
Oh God, that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, I just personally think there is a difference, and I know that I'm going to probably get hounded for this, but I think that there is a difference between a man doing it and a female with the whole, stereotype gender roles thingy. There is so many like rom-coms, sitcoms, and all of that thing where the whole premise is just a woman/girl going around saying, "Look at me, I am pretty," and that's the premises. There's not a whole lot, or there wasn't before, like the couple of years here we've just been through. But before that, there really wasn't that much of a man being like, "Look at me, I am pretty."
Well, except Twilight.
Again, before like all of this, you can't be a masculine man because then you're toxic, and before all of that shit.
I feel pretty. Oh, so pretty.
Like, of course there was some, but it wasn't really like an actual theme, if you can say it like that. And therefore, I think it would be cool to see, at least personally, to actually see like a woman in I was about to say an action movie, because we have seen it work with the whole Resident Evil, Aliens, yeah, and also Lara Croft and all of that. So we know it can work. It just has to be done right.
That's the key. It's always got to be done right. I mean,
That's
personally, the new Ghostbusters sucked. Not because it was all female, it's because it sucked.
Because it sucked and had bad jokes.
Yeah.
There's these people, they think that representation is the only thing that makes a film good or not. And this because they don't understand that the important part about a film or a book or anything, any medium, is not the identity of the main character. It's how round and layered they are, and the story they're involved in, and that makes them change. It doesn't matter if they have a dick or
identify
a
with
cunt.
people beyond being directly related to you. I mean, people relate to those goddamn My Little Ponies.
Yeah,
And they ain't
exactly.
even human.
Look at anime. How big anime has become, and it's not really like I, as a Western overweight guy with a big beard, is really represented in anime at fucking all. But I love it and to sit and watch it. So it is
all right,
not
so
really...
like to provide a counterpoint to that, like I'm also like old school anime fan. Like I was just at like in LA for Anime Expo, and I'm a wee, but like fucking look at me, like who's gonna give a shit about it?
I missed it.
Right, but like it's one of those things where like I was like just down there, and like when you add like that type of thing, like you want to like be able to do cosplay and things like that and actually look like the character, and it really sucks when there's like maybe 2 characters that you look like. Because it really like limits you could like
Dimension W.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
do that. Yeah, there are so many examples of like black cosplayers doing non-black characters and doing a great job, but you still like there's still that little part in your head that's like, fuck, I wish I looked exactly like this character, so I could like not you want to be white, but like I just want to look like I want to be like this character like. Active.
Yeah.
Like that's what I was like. I was super happy when like they announced Doomfist for Overwatch. Because like that's the dude who I could cosplay properly. You know, like all right, hell yeah, like I fucking play Tracer in Overwatch. Like Tracer's one of my mains, but like I'm not doing a Tracer cosplay, even though my ass would look fantastic. Like, I don't know. There's something about wanting to like not as far as relating to them goes, because you can relate. Like I played the indie game Owlboy, and I related to an anthropomorphic owl. So don't call me a fucking furry. Fuck you, Jeff. But like no, like I you relate to the personality traits. Like if you're not a racist, then you relate to the personality traits. But when it comes down to actually like dressing up, like you wanna be able to look like the character at times. And it sucks when like you're looking at a lot of media and there's like very few people that actually like so for me like I can cosplay like Barrett Wallace from Final Fantasy VII. That one guy who has like a chicken in his afro from Final Fantasy 13. But fuck that guy because fuck that game in general.
Afro Samurai.
Chosen from Bleed.
Afro Samurai, Ganondorf, and like a couple other people, and like that's pretty much it. And then there's not I don't know. There's not a lot of things that you can do about it unless like you want to like be like an off-brand character and show up in like fucking 4chan or like oh hey like look at this Black Rock Lee ha 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 isn't this so silly? Like,
you can also go as all the non-human as well. Like
I do.
Yeah,
exactly. So it's not like you don't have anything, but I can understand the difference.
It's not that you don't have anything. You just like you don't have nearly as many options.
And
like
not nearly, no.
Yeah, and just from the perspective of somebody who is in that thing and like who deals with that thing, I'm not gonna say like it's not a huge thing, but I'm not gonna say it doesn't fuck with you.
No, but the thing is this. I can understand that argument, to be honest, and I can also respect it, to be completely honest, because I actually think if they were like, we need more representation in like anime and video games of different like ethnicities and so on, I was like, when they actually started that a bit, I was like, I can understand why they want more like Black and Latino people in video games, because as you said, people want to dress up as those characters. But I can't
that's my only argument. Like,
but I can't see the same argument being made, at least not from my view, with the films. Like I need the main character to be a black lesbian woman, otherwise I can't identify with her. I'm like,
the movie's
not
agree
for
with
you
you
to identify with that person. The movie's for you to sit down, relax.
I completely agree with you there. And let me give like a parallel to that. I've like as I noted that earlier, like I'm in the software industry, like I'm a software engineer, and I often go to conferences. And one of the conferences I went to, there was this panel on being a like oppressed class in the tech industry, like so like basically like being like a minority or having a non-standard sexual identity or whatever in tech. And I was like, oh, this looks like a panel I'll get kicked out of. So I went, And one of the people were talking about, oh, how it was so hard because there were no other like Asian lesbians in their company, or how there or any other like black females in the company, and how like they couldn't find a mentor, or rather they felt like they didn't have anybody who like identified with them at the place that they worked. And like and so professionally, I have always been the only black guy in every single company I've ever worked for, and it's literally never been a problem. Because I get judged on my work, and I do really fucking good work, and I know it, and like that's what
Doesn't matter.
matters.
You're a software dev. You're still going to get treated like shit.
No, that depends on where you work, because like once you have a project manager that like knows that they don't know what they're talking about, but like that's a rant for another day. But like I've never had a problem with it. So like one of the questions that like, and they actually I wish I could remember their answer verbatim, because I think I can't remember, but one of the questions that I asked was, why do you feel the need to have somebody who looks like you in an environment where that's not a fact? Like, because like it's a professional environment. Having somebody who looks like you or fucks the same type of thing that you fuck has nothing to do with your work. So why is that necessary in order for you to feel comfortable in that space? And they didn't have a satisfactory answer for me. And I kind of got like a couple of people mad at me in the room for that one. But I feel like that's a sort of a thing where like if it I mean cosplay is like pretty much my only reason for wanting other characters that look closer to me, just so I don't have to go all out with like makeup and all that shit like that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like in movies, like no, I don't need somebody to look like me in order to relate to them. It just like that's never been a part of it for me. I don't really understand. I feel like if that's like a huge issue for you, you can't claim to not be racist.
All I'm saying is, where's my plus
like
anime characters? How come all these anime characters are so thin? There's a fat man. Why can't I wear anything?
You can be that one guy from Tekken. You know the one.
But he gets thin at the end of the
dress up as Bo Raicho. I mean, come on.
Yeah, you can be Bo Raicho. That'd be.
Mm-hmm. Or let's see here. I could be what was it? Gluttony from Full Metal Alchemist. I actually did that at an anime con one year.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
I was gonna do Lust one year when I still had black hair, but.
Why does all these characters have to be comedy fat? Why can't I be legitimate fat?
Actual fat. Well, the whole thing about because I did cosplay for a long time, your complaint about there not being enough representation as far as there being diversity to facilitate cosplayers, I've heard that before from several people, because being in cosplay, I've met several people who've been like I had one friend that all he really had to choose from was Tosin from Bleach or the dark version of like Shadow Sora from Kingdom Hearts 2 back in 2007, and that was about it. And he really he didn't like it, but then again there was other people who did like any other character, and I found that the cosplay community was generally very accepting of it, but at the same time it is a lot like a pain in the ass to do a character that's not 100% true to what it is.
And people throw in fits and versions.
Sorry,
there's been, I mean, you know, it's I think the problem with that type of situation is when it gets when you start taking when you start having to adapt like a character, especially if you want to do a character that isn't necessarily like the same nationality as you or the same ethnicity as you, it's not really necessarily the cosplay community that gets upset. It's the fucking internet. The internet shits the bed.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
The cosplay community doesn't give a shit.
No, cosplay community doesn't give a shit. Like, oh, you're white or you're black and you want to portray an Asian. Like, nobody cares on that level.
Yes.
In fact, I'd say they celebrated a little bit because they got injected with the SJWs a little bit. So
right. Yeah, but I mean, then those pictures get shared on Twitter, and suddenly everybody has a huge fucking connection.
Yeah, then there's a fucking problem.
So weird.
Sucks.
I don't know. I haven't been to a cosplay convention-ish thing in a long time.
It's been a couple of years.
There is one anime I know that they.
Kind of shit.
Yeah, there is one anime I know that they would shit themselves over. Has anybody ever watched Ranma 1/2?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How much would they shit themselves over if they actually discovered that anime?
The fucking gender bending.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, I
yeah.
know. I know.
I remember I watched that when I was a kid. I really shouldn't have done, and I watched it recently. I was like, holy shit, they would actually flip out if they.
When I was a
watched
kid,
this.
I had the biggest crush on shampoo.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Well, I watched all of Sailor Moon, and towards the end of Sailor Moon, you have the Sailor Stars, where they're female when they're transformed, but male when they're regular.
Don't
I haven't
remember
seen that
but
one.
Oh yeah, that's
No,
way
What do you
I
mean
remember.
regular? Are you trying to imply that trans people aren't regular? Honestly.
oh god, here we go.
I'm just saying. Their default is male.
Oh my god.
Literally a hate crime.
Literally.
Don't
a
do
hate
that to
crime.
me. I live in Connecticut. You might get arrested for that.
I was gonna
Why?
say, they wouldn't be able to get away with those kind of things now.
No, oh god, no.
Well,
No, they would. It's like if they wanted to do, Ranma now, they wouldn't be able to do it. They'd shit.
well,
Oh god,
They'd,
no.
it just.
I don't know. I
No,
can see
it-
Japan
it
getting away
depends
with
if
it.
you're-
Not here, but in Japan, I don't think it would be a
Well,
problem.
the Japanese version,
Zero
They don't
they
give
do,
a shit.
but the Japanese version they do, but they wouldn't be able to voice it in English because it's
Yeah.
all
They're like
voiced
gender.
in
What the fuck
Canada.
are you talking about? We got tentacle monsters. Like,
It's all of the English dub is Canadian
No.
of Ranma. It's Canadian.
oh yeah, that's right. It was Ocean, wasn't it?
So it's not really
Yeah.
English, is it?
No.
English
Yeah.
language, kind of.
Yeah.
Oh,
But,
it wasn't half French.
Anime.
But no, they wouldn't be able to get away with that now.
Oh god, no.
I'd love to see them pick up and redo.
Somebody would write
Redo
an
Dragon
Angry
Half.
Blood article somewhere, and it would just be a problem.
Salon.
It,
Problem,
yeah.
Probably on Salon, yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Either that.
Polygon.
Someone would tweet about it and it would go absolutely nuts.
Polygon, oh yeah, they made a game.
While I remember it isn't the problem with most things, like no matter what kind of ideology it is, the biggest problem, if you ask me, is when it gets politicized.
Oh, always.
Like Christianity,
Ideology
Yeah.
is political
as long
by
as you keep it at
definition.
home. Like,
That's a lot of the
So-
problem I have with Doctor Who right now. Is that it
I'd say
feels
that's
like
less of
That's
an
the
issue.
only problem you have with Doctor Who?
I was gonna say, that's
Besides, what's his tits' writing being, yeah.
yeah, that's
I would
just
say
the
the biggest
BBC
problem of-
fucking up.
The biggest problem of any of these communities is puritanism. This isn't real anime.
this isn't real something
Yeah.
else up there.
So I got a question. Like, I have not really watched a whole lot of Doctor Who in a long time. Like when it first came back in like what was it, 2006 or some shit like that. I think I
Yeah, I
watched.
I think so, yeah.
I think I watched most of the first season, and then I stopped watching it
Yeah.
just because I never got around to it.
Nine's basically my doctor, so.
So when the Time Lord, the main character, the Time Lord, regenerates and can become a totally different person, is it still the same person, like the same memories and everything?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
The
the
body
goal-
just changes, that's it.
the goal for
Yeah.
each actor is to try and basically portray the Doctor in the same similar quirky nature.
Kinda, sorta, yeah.
Kind
But
of, yeah. He plays like a different kind of character, but he's the same Doctor, if that makes any sense. He's got all of the
Right.
same memories and the same experiences,
Gotcha.
but each actor
Right.
brings
Like
slightly
when-
different character quirks to it.
Like each one is like a different personality of the Doctor based on like where
Different
he
set
is
of
in
quirks.
his life at that
Yeah.
point. When you came in, you had the Ninth Doctor that would be like immediately after the Time War and like learning how to deal with other beings again.
Mm.
So you had the whole Rose Tyler arc and him learning to like love people and all that, and then eventually you got into David Tennant, and yeah, so basically every arc of the Doctor has been just a different version of him in a different point of his life.
Still boring ass children's sci-fi though. Come at me, chat.
Yeah. What was the name of
I'll agree.
Hands and the Plungers, man, they need to bring him back.
Oh,
what was
yeah.
the name of those like extra dimensional beings? They're like super horrifying. Nobody ever sees them, or they can never remember seeing them, or something like that.
The
The silence.
Yes,
Okay.
that was from Matt Smith.
I never really got
Yeah, the
into Doctor
silence.
Who.
If you look away from them, you completely forget them.
That's right. Okay, yeah. The creature design on that was sick as fuck. Sick as fuck.
That was one of the best. That was one of the best parts of Matt's run.
That just seems like it's still in straight out of Lovecraft.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Because that's actually the thing that I've probably been the most interested in Doctor Who is when somebody told me about that, and I'm like, I should watch however many episodes they're involved with, and kind of get a feel for
The Daleks are great.
Oh, Daleks!
Yeah,
I watched
the Weeping Angels are great.
Oh, they scare me. They scared me. My mum always said when the original Daleks, she used to be absolutely terrified of them as a kid.
Oh yeah.
When I was a kid, and the original Master. The original Master is great too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she said that
though when
out of
he was
all
running
of them,
for Senate, that was great.
she said out of all of the monsters, it was the Daleks that scared her the most. She could never tell me why, but she just said it was, and she was just like, "No, they freak me out even as an adult." And I'm just like, they're not real,
I think
right?
it appeals to humanity a little bit because the Cybermen, are the ones that are. They have the heart but not the brain, or something like that. Where the other way around with the. I always get the two mixed up as far as it goes with the order, but the Daleks is like they wanted to create a perfect society with intellects, emotion, so it kind of appeals to you a little bit. Like, well, if we did do that, then yeah, we could advance as a people, but at the same time, like you have the Daleks, which are just kill everyone who's not like you. Would we end up that way? Like, it kind of appeals to you a little bit.
Wait, Daleks are social justice warriors?
That's not bad.
They have abolished gender, so maybe.
Yeah.
That is not bad. That's pretty good. Yeah, no, I'm interested. I kind of want to check out some of these things. I don't have the time that I could go through and try and catch up with Doctor Who all the way up into some of this stuff,
Yeah.
It's a grown-ass man.
I've never seen a single Doctor Who episode.
Yeah.
Same here.
It's always bothered me that this show doesn't seem to take itself seriously.
Right
that's
now,
always
absolutely
the feeling that I got from it.
Yeah,
because
old Doctor Who took itself just a little bit more seriously, but
yeah, but honestly, it shouldn't. With those special effects, it honestly shouldn't.
It was kind of meant to be a touch campy, like.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm craving really good sci-fi. I'm a huge sci-fi fan.
Watch The Expanse, man. It's brilliant.
Oh, I've seen it. Oh, I would wait. I would be clicking refresh on the internet, waiting for that fucking link to pop up with like a stream or a torrent or something every single week. I love that show.
It's still not on Netflix though, isn't it?
No, they got the first season.
Just rewatch Friends.
What? I think I zoned out. What are we talking about now?
Our favorite sci-fi shows. But I just recently.
You were talking about a specific show.
Yeah,
well, I grew up with Star Trek, so.
Yeah, I already got done watching Next Gen and DS9 this year. I watch them like all the way through every year. I just do. I don't know why. And I really wish that the new Battlestar was on a streaming service, but it's not.
I'm currently watching Next Gen for the first time. What's bothered me about Star Trek is always it seems a bit awkward the way they interact. Now I watch it under the pretense that it's some sort of fascist dictatorship, and now the show's actually very interesting. I like the philosophical questions that are posed.
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of commentary on the period of the time, especially Bush's war in Iraq. It comes up so many times in that.
Yeah.
But without being ham-fisted or heavy, they can still keep a professional sci-fi distance.
If you want to get into an argument when it comes to Star Trek, you can always argue about the Federation itself and whether or not that was a fascist dictatorship.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think. That's what makes the show actually believable to me.
Yeah. Makes sense as to why Kirk did so much deviating.
Wait. Why are we saying fascism is bad now?
So check this out. I mentioned that I left my bike and my shitlord hat over at my buddy's house. So I called I texted his roommate, and I was like, "Hey, man, I need a ride to your house so I can get my bike." And he's like, "Well, what you should do is here in an hour and a half, there's this this like festival music thing going on at the park. You should totally come to it." I'm like, "Oh yeah, what's it called?" Beyond Toxins.
I'm good.
Nah.
No, that's not going to be happening. No.
Is there a crystal meth festival that we should all know about?
No, but there might be a heroin festival up here in the Northeast pretty time soon if you want to check it out.
Oh, hey. Sweet. Yeah, no, I'm not doing it. Fuck that. Besides, I got my show tonight. Let's see what he said. Because I'm like, lol, no fucking way. I'm here at home till then. Well, I don't care if you're home. I need a ride to your house.
man.
What?
Can you hear me?
What kind of bike? Is it just a bicycle or an actual?
Just a bicycle. Just a bicycle. I like it though.
Whoever asked if we can hear you, at least I can.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Good.
Say a thing. There you go.
So I just bought a shirt for you and Nick, and I'll be printing those as soon as I get to work on Monday.
Dude, those look sick as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. And somebody posted that they've dealt with that shit a lot, and they said it should be transformative. You guys should be able to sell them, no problem.
Aw, sweet. Dude, yeah, I think Nick was working out some extra stuff on how we'd figure the whole infrastructure of that out. So, yeah, I'm into it. Cool.
Rabbi Sheckelstein needs to keep up with his payments.
A lot of times when I do stuff like that, I won't lie, it's usually for me. I'm like, I really want this shit. So I got to make stuff for those people, and then I'm justified in having one for myself.
Oh, yeah. No, I know how that goes.
Oh, man.
Trust me. Yeah.
Undoom just came out with that banner with the map on it, the
song
Fire map.
Was it Cringe and Fire or something like that?
Cringe and Ire.
Cringe and Ire, that's the one. I want that one, but
I'm
I
about to
have
start
no
selling
money.
body parts for one of those. I need one.
I want one, but I have no money, and I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah, that shit's amazing.
We'll sell Ovary for a banner.
Keep telling you need to sell that kid off to Nike. Or steal someone else's kid and then sell that one off to Nike.
I'm not selling my kid to Nike.
I'll have to steal.
Sell someone else's kid to Nike.
Well, then just sell a kidney. You know, they have two. Don't need them.
Funny.
Steal a small Mexican child at Walmart, like my cousin once suggested.
We don't have Walmart, so I can't do that.
Okay, where are you?
The UK.
You totally have Walmart. You probably just don't have one near you.
No, we have Asda.
Yeah.
Walmart, I would be really surprised if you guys don't have a Walmart because Japan has a Walmart and
we don't have a Walmart in this country, but Walmart bought out one of the big
no Walmart here
supermarkets.
either.
Because I used to work for a
one of the
Walmart,
big
and I was into like
supermarkets and they rebranded.
You usually have like what is it? An Aldi.
So they didn't bring in a
Aldi's is
Walmart; they
big out
bought
there.
somebody else.
Yeah, we've got Aldi.
We got all these over here.
Oh yeah,
And we've
yep, plenty.
We just got an Aldi opened here in my area.
Really good as far as prices are concerned. They're just really small.
You have outside of Germany, there's only one kind of Aldi, right? Because in Germany you have two. You have Aldi South and Aldi North, and Aldi North is terrible. Aldi South is actually very nice.
Oh, we've got like loads of supermarkets and that over here.
We have actually an Aldi as well in Denmark.
All right, sweet. All right. So this guy is apparently it took him a minute. And he was like, "Okay, I get what you're saying. You need me to come get you." And I'm like, "Yes, actually."
There you go.
Stoners.
Yeah.
Get my bike.
I don't have a ride. I need my shit.
And then after that, I have to go grocery shopping, then move all my shit, get ready, and prep for the same. So, I'm gonna go ahead and
now you need to have a cookie.
Right.
You have to give him a cookie because he understood basic shit.
I will give him a cookie. Here, we're gonna go offline, and then I'll be taking off in just a couple of minutes. But for everybody who's watching out there, thanks for hanging out with us, guys. We'll see you next time tonight. Probably 5:30 p.m. ish on this channel. I'll be doing a pre-Saint stream, just hanging out, that sort of shit. And then at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern on the YouTube Saints channel, we'll be live tonight with Mr. Medicare, aka the infamous Jim.
Yay!
So look forward to that. Take care, everybody.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
Bilge.